lot of you are standing. It's getting a little bit stuffy in here, but I want to thank you all for coming. I know that generally you can always find something else to be doing, be home with your family, eating a nice dinner, relaxing from a hard day of work. So I'm always very grateful for anyone who takes time away from their private life to make sure that we can have good leadership in our communities and the strong government that we deserve. So thank each and every one of you for coming out. Most of you know me already, but I'll introduce myself again for those of you who don't. My name is Nancy Chaitis. I am the current chair of the Planning Commission here in the city of Elk Grove, and my platform is simple. I'm running to bring integrity, accountability, and respect to our city council. Now, that is not to say we don't have any of that, but I think we need more. And as I go through my professional experience, I'll connect the dots for you about what I've done in other parts of government to increase those things. Let me go back a bit. I'm here because of a woman, a little girl who grew up in rural Mexico and was allowed to go to 1 year of school, and then her family and the folks around her decided that that was quite enough for a woman in that place and time, and that woman was my mother. My father also grew up poor in Mexico, although in an urban environment, and he was allowed to go to school until the 3rd or 4th grade, and then he had to drop out, and he had to start working to support his family. My parents were both immigrants to the United States. They met here and started a family, and taught us by example every single day the value of hard work. My mother learned English along with me. When I brought my homework home every day from about 1st grade when we were learning phonics, we would do it together, and that's how my mom started learning English. So I learned the value of education really through them. I learned a lot of my values from my parents, and I live them every day. So that's why one of the things that I'm running on is integrity. I live my values every single day, and having served this community already for at least 6 years on the Planning Commission, I've put my values into action. I am the same person everywhere I am. I am the same person from year to year. What you see is what you get. Accountability is the other thing that I want to increase on our city council. I keep my promises, and I keep my promises, and I mean what I say. So I'm always going to make the right decision for the city of Elk Grove, regardless of what it means politically. I don't look at how the political stars are aligned before I make a decision. Those of you who follow the city and the issues that it faces will remember some of the toughest issues that we have faced in terms of the planning and development side. We fight every day to make sure that even though there are economic interests and well-intentioned people on all sides of a debate, that the decision that we make, that I make, is in the best interest of citizens. So just
promises, promises, I'm all through with promises, promises now. I don't know how I got...
Start talking about my background and everything else that I've done. Again, thank you for coming out here. And I know that many of you would rather be watching TV. In fact, my wife and kids in the back would rather be watching TV as well and playing video games. But taking part and educating yourself, I think is tremendous. I think that's essentially what democracy is all about. My story is real simple. 4 years old, I came to this country as a refugee from the Vietnam War. My father served and rescued American pilots in the Secret War of Laos. That's my story. What I've been able to benefit from is a free public education and democracy. I would have never guessed that I would be standing before you as an elected official, talking to you about how I can actually impact the community even more so, on a broader scale. Now, I've never imagined city council to be an option for me. I knew from my heart that school board was exactly what really contributed to the students. I believe in that, I firmly do. Now, what is interesting is in the process of being on school board, I found that there are gaps in the process. To the residents, it doesn't really matter whether they're a different jurisdiction. All that matters is that the government services integrate seamlessly, and the services are delivered to the voters, to the taxpayers. I get alarmed and concerned when I see that our
Have your attention, please.
services.
The library will be closing in 30 minutes. Please check out all materials now. Library card applications and fines will be accepted for the next 15 minutes only.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. But I never really thought that, you know, our city buses would end at the border of our city. I have students that are at Franklin High who want to participate in the Valley Tech Health Academy who cannot go all the way to Valley High. I have students at Consumnes Oaks who want to participate in the Law Academy at Florida who cannot. What I see, my vision, is seamless integration of government services. Jurisdiction shouldn't matter. As a government entity, as a government agency, as a governing board member of any sort of entity, as city councils, county supervisors, it has to integrate seamlessly so that the people can actually receive the benefits. That's what I saw. Then I had a vision. I had a vision in which schools and the city work seamlessly together. I have a vision in which we can tap into our academies that Elk Grove Unified is known for. STEM, green, law, health tech. I have a vision in which the chamber and our local business can actually tap into those resources to make sure that our 5,000 students, 5,000 junior and seniors, that is, can actually be placed in some form of internship. So that we know that about half of them don't necessarily go to college, but at least they have the experience so that they can actually develop their careers, so that they can make a decision later on that they want to go to college. But the idea here is that we have resources that have not been tapped in. When my wife and I moved into Elk Grove 16 years ago, my wife and I had a vision about living in a city in which we can live, work, and play. We had a vision when we casted our vote for cityhood. We wanted Elk Grove to become a city in which it could be more than just a bedroom community. Because we know when we didn't have local control, they made Elk Grove that bedroom. Through all the jobs of Rancho Cordova. My wife and I, when we came here, we were hoping for that.